Welcome to yet another day in wrestling history. On July 15th, 2006, Ring of Honor presented Death Before Dishonor 4 from the Murphy Rec Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. On this night, the violent cross-promotional war between Ring of Honor and Combat Zone Wrestling culminated with CZW's premiere match, The Cage of Death. At the time of me writing this, there have been 21 Cage of Death matches, with the last one being in 2019. In each, the cage is configured differently in regards to the weapons involved and the layout, but always in a horrifically gruesome fashion. This match would take advantage of the War Games format also, with Samoa Joe and Claudio Castagnoli starting, with Ring of Honor's team having the man advantage. The ROH team consisted of Ace Steel, Adam Pearce, BJ Whitmer, Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe against CZW's Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, the Necro Butcher, Eddie Kingston and Spider Nate Webb. A lot of attention was brought to this feud by Jim Cornette, who at the time was an occasional authority figure in Ring of Honor. Cornette thrived on cutting scathing promos disparaging what he branded garbage hardcore wrestling, an opinion he had always held and doesn't need to be encouraged much to speak about even today. The promos he cut were straight fire, mainly because he very much meant them. The culmination of this feud did great service to Ring of Honor, with 4 of the 5 CZW team members eventually being part of the ROH roster. Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli would achieve singles success, but more together as the Kings of Wrestling, winning multiple tag team championships. Eddie Kingston and Necro Butcher would also have brief runs in ROH too, but would not achieve the long-term success that Hero and Claudio did. The match also furthered ROH's world title storyline, with their world champion Bryan Danielson entering the cage, but turning on his own teammates, walking out on the match. I mentioned ROH having the advantage earlier, but Danielson's deception put them down at the disadvantage mid-match. A masterful decision by whoever booked the match. I assume coordinated effort between ROH booker Gabe Sapolsky and CZW owner at the time John Zandig. ROH needed a hero, and they got one in the form of the man Jim Cornette had been having issues with on his roster, Homicide. The notorious 187 entered to replace Danielson and lead Ring of Honor's team to victory. In December of 2006, Homicide would defeat Bryan Danielson for the Ring of Honor World Championship, and Cage of Death was the beginning of his ascent to the championship. Thank you for watching yet another wrestling channel. If you enjoyed this, please comment, like or subscribe.